tub, put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And in a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? There was a splishing and a splash, and reeling with the feel, and moving and a groove, and rocking and a rolling. Hey, yeah!
Well, oh my God, Ashley, I think we're on. Does that mean we're on? I always got to look at that.
Hope.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Lord,
Yeah.
we are. Ashley's always got to look at the bottom of this to make sure that we are recording, because it's happened numerous times that has not been on, and we've done whole shows. Then we just give up. We'll be like, hell with it.
They
But
don't
anyway.
even know. It's not meant to be to know about anything like that. That's usually what I think.
Yeah, that's when we're like, this is just too good for the other world. We just need to keep it to ourselves. Anyway, guys, I'm Misty.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the hosts of the Paranormal Party, and that's what you've stumbled across. So, we are thinking about, I tell you what, it's a little dreary here today in Virginia. So, we were like, you know what? We're going to talk about water, ain't we?
We are, and it was coincidental. Pure coincidental. I'm sharing stuff. We're at the local truck stop as usual.
Yeah, back at our home spot. I tell you what, you can't keep a car away from a truck stop. I don't know what it is.
Feels good.
It feels right, guys. I don't know what to say.
I gotta tell you what. Hold on now. I'm gonna tell you the local update on a local gas station that's right next door. That son of a bitch caught on fire. They had
It did.
They had the relief area. they're cleaning
Hazmat
up.
or whatever.
They just opened it the other day.
Oh, God, is it back open?
Yes.
Look, you open that store, we will come. Look at us right here in the parking lot. Guys, I tell you what, it feels good to be doing a show. We always love to do shows, but it seems like our world gets crazy, and then our internet, you know, we got to send out that one little, it's like a little pigeon with a fucking antenna on it just to get to service. So, we are glad to be here. Life slowed down enough this week that we're able to, even though it's still crazy. So, tell us, Ashley, some of the things that you have been into lately.
Oh, God, Jesus. First, I got a job at a place to try to build off my meth house, because my meth house ain't very far from this meth stop we got right here. So, I don't know, they could have been doing the drugs down there. But anyways, so my meth house, I've been working on that, and I thought it was a good idea to get a job at a home improvement place to learn a little bit about it. Well, the job I got, my fat ass tried to pick up some. I sprayed my
This
trap.
is so funny that we talk about this. Say what you're spraying again. Go on, say it.
Okay, I was the late night delivery girl, so I would collect all the
You
things.
still are going beating around that bush. What did you
Hold
spray? Oh, God.
So I'm the late night girl that I have to get all the deliveries for the next day. So what goes on those big ass trucks? I'm driving forklifts around
Still
and
ain't
pickers and
Still ain't answering.
and I'm picking up like stoves and stuff for all these rich people that, you know,
Why
have
they
you
gotta
ever
be
seen?
rich?
Have you ever seen?
Why they gotta be rich? Look at just answer. What did you spray, man?
Have you ever seen
Oh,
how much? Have you ever seen how much plywood costs nowadays?
Oh, my God. Just what
Okay,
did you
so-
spray?
Anyways, I'm getting this stuff together, and
Oh, God.
I tore my trap.
She tore her trap. Now, this is
Well, I
funny.
sprang it, not tore it.
Okay.
I sprang it.
I'm going to tell you why this is funny, because when we used to go to the gym, the one thing on me that built was my traps.
It
I looked
popped
like a
up
dude.
like a cobra.
It did. It was like a cobra. I was coming getting like a cobra.
Yeah.
Didn't know where I was coming from. And Ashley used to make fun of it. And God,
Well,
she
hold on.
sprayed her little and didn't even pop it. No.
It-
He talks about in the God, I can't
I would
remember
have
the
to
name of it.
drag all that heavy fucking wood out to the bullpen and push it. And like, there's times I could barely move it.
God, now I'm gonna want to CrossFit.
Yeah.
CrossFit.
That's what it was like
yes.
over there. And then, you know, so yeah. I had to lift it with forklifts and stuff like that. So yeah.
So now you're on pills. You're doing better and stuff. You start a new job.
On
So
Monday.
what did we do this past weekend? Let me explain to you what we did. Thank you for asking about my week, Ashley. I love when you
I was
do
still
that.
trying to talk about how I fucked my neck up, man. And it wasn't even cool stuff. I was just like, well, you know.
Well, anyway, so this past weekend we went to where did we go, Ashley?
We went to the Thomas house.
We went to the Thomas house. We were invited by Sheena, and we thank you very much for that, darling, because we always love going to, and Sheena runs the Dunlore Inn. If y'all are ever in the neighborhood of Mineral, Virginia, please stop in and check that place out. it is really beautiful. And if you are on bed and breakfast or something like that, I think she has it on Airbnb or something like that, that you could go stay there. It's really nice. And it's, she does investigations and stuff there. So just kind of follow them. It's beautiful. We got to meet the mayor of Mineral.
I know. We got to hang out with the mayor of Mineral. I even bought a cigar that I forgot about, and I didn't smoke it because I wanted to take a picture and be like, I met the mayor today.
It's funny because every time we would say something like that was dirty or like say the F-bomb or something, we'd be like, sorry, mayor. And it was funny.
We were also with a guy that actually came up with that joke that was from The Voice.
Yeah.
So he was like, sorry, mayor. And we about died laughing.
I know, Lord, and you just had to say it the rest of the night, but he is really funny. His name is Jeff somebody. Jenkins, because we were
Jeff Jenkins. I was trying to look it up.
You want to know why I remember that? Because we were in the graveyard, he looked right down of all these hundreds of graves, and he was just standing on a Jenkins grave, and he was like, this is kind of weird. So it was a really cool weekend. Our girl Amanda went with us, and we were able to sneak away and go to Nashville some, and met, April from Iowa, one of our ladies from Iowa that we've met through cons and things like that. She in investigations and stuff. She was actually in Nashville, so we got to stop by, and she was staying at, this is so cool, it was the women's suffrage. It was the last stand of it, and in Tennessee, and they had to have votes and stuff like that, and she was telling us a little bit of the history on it. So we had a great weekend. We really did. We did. It was really quick, whirlwind. It was almost like, went by so fast, and it really did.
I'm having a hard time remembering it. And the weekend before. I gotta look back on photos to see what the hell I do.
I don't even remember the weekend before. Did we go up to, I think we went up to Indiana the week before.
Yeah, we did. And then it was Easter's. It was the Easter's.
Oh, Lord, it was Easter. We got to, that weekend was really crazy. We got to do readings for the haunt. It's a really large haunt up there called the Necropolis. And we got to be the readers for that. So it was it's been a cool couple weeks. It really has a lot of different people.
A lot of stuff.
Yep. And this coming week, we got some cool stuff coming on too that we'll tell you about. So that is us in a nutshell, guys. That really is. So do we want to talk about maybe some of our news, Ashley?
Yeah. Actually,
I got some cool news too this time, Ashley.
We have not been able to do a show because things have been so, hectic and stuff like that. But we're trying to pick that back up. I blew my neck out, because I was out there like He-Man in it. I blew my neck out, so I might as well talk because I can't do anything else because I'm on strict orders not to lift anything over 10 pounds, and especially above my head.
Shoot, how you going to lift that ass up? You've been pushing that wood around with.
No, I got my legs. I can use my legs. But I don't know.
I'm just laughing at myself over here.
I had to put some muscle relaxer stuff on too. Man, it's getting old.
Tiger Balm, y'all.
I put that Tiger Balm on. That's the one I did. I didn't get Bengay because I was like, you know what?
I'm not Bengay. I'm not going to do Bengay. I ain't cool. That's what old people use. I can imagine what you're saying in your head.
I was like, I'm going to use Tiger Balm. I'm unleashing the fury.
And what happened?
It fucking was on fire.
It
about killed me. I was like, hold up. Is this like a chemical reaction to my necklace? Like, it was kind of rough. You never know, man.
It was amazing. I thought it was great because you were like, you were there last night and she was like, whew, I put this stuff on. And I thought it smelled good. And then all of a sudden, Ashley was like, oh, Lord, this is hot. This is on fire.
It about killed me.
Oh, my Lord. So that's some of the, it was really, I tell you what, though. You hurt your neck and stuff, but it did give you some time off, so we were able to catch up on some of this.
It's driving me fucking crazy.
No, it's not.
It is. Because I can't do anything. I just got to hold my arm like a little T-Rex.
It ain't like a small hand.
It is. Today I was trying to walk around my meth house to pick up trash, and I kept holding my arm to make sure I didn't mess it up.
Oh, my Lord. All right, Ashley, what you got in the news?
What I got in the news is some random fucker found a whole, sorry about the F-bomb, guys. Some random guy found...
Sorry, Mayor.
Sorry, Mayor. I'm sorry. An Illinois couple who moved into their home in December made a surprise discovery while repairing their sidewalk, a 19th century tunnel underneath their house. So that's kind of crazy. They don't know if it was part of the slave trade or if it was
Mormons.
I
swear to goodness, there's a lot that goes on with Mormons we don't know. Like they were stealing people, and then people were stealing from them. People. I'm talking about they were kidnapping people. And then there was a big Mormon war over there.
They said that they don't know if it was an ice house or root cellar. There's a lot of options.
Sorry.
He got the Historical Society to come over, and then it could have been used for the Underground Railroad. There's no proof of that, but there was a ferry there in Alton area in the Missouri side, and it's possible it could have been there for that. But he hopes to preserve the tunnel and possibly give tours if it's deemed safe and the city agrees to help with the cost.
I'm telling you, if that's near the same place, the Mormons did it. I'm going to blame everything on the Mormons out there. Didn't you watch that?
Well, there goes our maybe possibly one listener. They're probably fucking Mormon.
Listen, if he was Mormon, he gave up a long time ago. Just because we're the sisters don't mean we're sister wives. Sorry,
Maybe they
buddy.
thought. Maybe that's what they
He
thought.
was like, we'll get up
I'm
on
going to
there.
click on this.
Listen, we still got that one
God.
listener, Jesus, and that's all we
Yeah.
need, us and Jesus.
Listen, hey, if there's a money racket in that, I got this fancy shed. It's real cool, it's a shed on my house and my property, and God knows what happened in that shed. It could have been part of some trading or something, who knows. Anyway, to make $1.
It ain't a tunnel, it's just a shit shed.
It is a shit shed, but you know what? They could have made all kinds of stuff in that shit shed.
So that's kind of cool. He found a tunnel. Was it a nice looking tunnel?
It's pretty fucking cool.
I tell you, Mormons did it, man. They got some nice buildings.
It looks like a catacomb type thing, and it's really nice brickwork.
That is. Makes you think. I'm telling you, Mormons. We're going to go with Mormons. I'm saying it. You heard it here first, guys.
Jesus.
All right, so I got one for you. Massive toxic dump site discovered on ocean floor between Long Beach and Catalina Island. The reason why I bring this up is because we're doing underwater stuff, so I thought this was kind of cool. Some 3,000 feet below the ocean surface between Long Beach and Catalina Island, scientists believe the area may contain anywhere from 336,000 to 504,000 barrels of acid.
That's the Catalina wine mixer. The Catalina wine mixer. Somebody done pulled up at the truck stop.
Listen, look away. Don't make eye contact. That's our deal here. Barrels of acid sludge waste from the product of DDT, a powerful pesticide that was banned from us in use in the U.S. in 1972 due to the adverse environmental effects.
Did they at least neutralize it?
I don't know. This was just found. This was a day ago that I found this.
So I about killed myself in a factory and I had to neutralize it, and that about killed me because I had to neutralize it with these fumes.
Well, it says that it has an adverse effect on the wildlife, environmental, and potential health risks. So, of course, what do we do, guys? We're going to bury it.
Well, they did that, and that was a big thing I watched on ID Channel, that they had to fight because they were driving to party, But after they did that, they had to fight for someone to stop dumping fucking toxins in their river because it was, giving it to the families and stuff, and it was going to their water supply. Another thing is, I always believe that when you drive up to a certain town and they're really dumb, I think it's something broke down in the water, some sort of chemical to make it kind of more ignorant or maybe docile and stuff like that.
Well, I was reading, when we were reading on the water thing, I'm going to give you a little game later on, but some of the things I was reading about was water, and you would think that they would have had more, laws and regulations sooner than what they have. And I'm going to tell you about some of the people who've got sick and stuff. All right, so another weird, odd news. You better hold on to your puppies, guys, because Bush Beer has something for them. We got Bush Beer offers $20,000 for a canine chief testing officer to sample dog brew. April 14, the makers of Bush Beer announced that they are seeking a new good boy or girl to make $20,000 by serving a chief testing officer for dog brew, a beer made for dogs. We used to have a dog that loved to drink beer.
We did?
Yes, we did. It was my favorite Saint Bernard when I was little. And
That's so much needed to drink beer to take care of you.
We didn't know. When they would give him beer, his eyes would get so bloodshot, dude. And he was already.
That's really bad. That's probably really bad.
And because Saint Bernards have that droopy face. He looks like Pat's dog. That's what he looked. Yes, that's what he would look like. But his face was a little droopy. Sometimes they get a little droopier. And his eyes would be so blood red. And I would be like, God, is that dog okay? But he loved beer. You put it down there, man, he'd drink it. I tell you what, they're on to something. Why can't dogs enjoy themselves after a long day of barking and shitting in the yard?
For their kidney.
Isn't it for people?
Exactly. I think that's different. right. Next, you're gonna have like a pack of cigarettes for them.
You know what I think?
They do have popsicles, which is popsicles for dogs.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
I think that they should be allowed to drink it if they want to.
You're gonna have an alcoholic dog just running around barking and biting people and having sex with the local slut.
That's what normal people do.
That's what
okay,
you're trying to make the dog.
let him live his life. He has a right to enjoy himself too.
This is not animal friendly.
Listen. I am going to buy our dog beer. It probably'd help him. It probably'd help him.
I don't want an alcoholic dog. He'll come wake up hangover and throwing up everywhere. And
He
angry.
does that anyway.
What if he's a violent drunk? You don't know. What if he's a violent drunk?
What if he's a loving drunk?
I'm gonna have to go to court and be like, he was drinking that day. He don't mean it. He don't mean it. He got a little bit of that mad dog beer. And I couldn't control him. He got mad.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a good idea.
And then you just picture the dog, his face down, like sad. Yeah. No.
Or he could be a happy drunk. I'm a happy drunk. I like to tell everybody I love them. He might come over to lick on everybody, just so happy. Lord.
He'll do that just as fine with a canned dog food.
You know what I'm going to do? If this beer comes out, we'll just go buy a 6-pack and see what happens. Yeah.
No,
I'm telling you, this is good. You put it in a bowl. If he wants to partake, he can. If he don't, we ain't forcing it.
No.
Why?
He's not going to know the difference. Today he just bitched out on the porch for hours, came in and farted and laid there because he hurt his throat.
Now, wouldn't it have been better if you had a beer in that situation?
No,
He might not have even been bitching at the neighbors. See how this goes? I can't wait till this is distributed. Thank you, Bush Beer. That's all I got to say. All right, so the last one I have, Ashley, you have some more news, or are you good?
Nah, man, I don't need that much news.
Okay, so the last one I have is April 13, a fireball that lit up the night sky over Florida and the Bahamas was a large meteor measuring.
I actually saw those in the graveyard when we were at the Thomas house. It was like 5 shooting stars.
No, that was cool that night. That was really cool.
That's probably an echo effect from that Florida.
I don't
It's
think
probably
so.
a chemical burn.
But it says it measured up to 16 feet in diameter. All I'm saying is in a couple years, all these Moldavite people that want to go out there and buy them little Moldavite pieces, all that is a meteorite that hit in Russia so many years ago. So I'm just saying, whoever had this in their backyard, you might be sitting on a gold mine. I'm just going to throw that out there. Chip a piece or two off, sell it, tell them it could be like, great Moldavite, but fluorite, and then you get at it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's how certain superheroes were,
Yeah, Superman, man.
Mm.
Yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, so that is our news. Da-da-da-da-da. What do you think about the news, Ashley? Nowadays, people think that aliens are normal.
I honestly have
UFOs.
gotten so fucking bored with everything. Like, seriously, someone could come down and tell me they did the randomest shit, and I would just think, oh, okay, so that's what it is with alien stuff. I mean, it used to be like, what? But now
because it desensitized us to it.
So now I'm just like, yeah, sure, an alien. I mean, it's because it's been talked about so much stuff, and then this quarantine time, people have explored that area so much, it doesn't really wow factor me, if that makes sense.
Well, I will tell you, me and Ashley watched the show the other night, and people have buzzed around about psychics and the military and things like that for so long that we're just like, okay, cool, But we sat down and listened to a show the other day, and actually you ordered a book. We're going to try some of the techniques that the government used, and we're going to try some of them on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We're up for any kind of testing.
It's like the jackasses of the psychic world.
I'd like to not think that.
I'm Ashley Connor. And this is Jackass, but,
I'm trying to,
psychic ass.
No. I think it's actually going to work because this is kind of cool. We've tried this before, but I want to know their techniques. They use coordinates and stuff like that. And I think that we even want our kid in on this. We're just like, listen, he was watching it with us. He was like, I'll get y'all some coordinates.
Like
and
some
he was
Venkman stuff.
Yeah, so he may be setting this up for us, and then we're going to... The way it moved off was really, really cool, and how that we can develop this. We already have a development of it because we give readings and we read locations, but I want to be like government level, man. I want to be like supersonic. I want to be like the Native Americans who they cut the hair, and then they couldn't tell... where these camps were. I don't know if you know, but
I'm always looking at different ways to advance us anyways, like different books and things like that, so.
That is true. Ashley's always reading on some of these things and stuff, and
She's always over there with the books and stuff. Reading.
What are you doing?
that is hairspray. I'm so sorry. I'm
Jesus.
like, oh Lord, there's a snake in here.
Everyone watches like snake stuff. It scared the shit out of me.
Dude, don't worry. Calm your traps. It'll be all right.
Oh, you about threw the other one out. About pressing that motherfucker.
No, it was hairspray I had down there. It's kind of funny, though. I really enjoy the aspect of, we want to develop as much as we can. Yes, we give readings. Yes, we go read houses and stuff. But the CIA had a different format. And they understood certain parts of being able to bend reality and stuff. And they have. If you look all the way back to Hitler, if you look all the way back to Native Americans being used in, I think it's World War I or World War II, or, psychics. And then you have is it Stargate? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I think it's called Stargate. We know psychics who have been the military tried to recruit them and take them. Like, we know these people. So we're just like, you know what? The cool thing, man, we've got some cool stuff that we've done recently with our group of gifted ladies. And it's stuff that we love doing. So we're just going to try to keep on with it.
Honestly, my concern, and now, like, anybody can add their 2 cents on this, but, like, when I go on paranormal investigations, I love going to the location and I'll go through, and it's no longer about the technology anymore. Because if you are able to speak with these on the level that we're able to speak with these and see things that we're able to see, that it's a little bit more difficult about the equipment. I'm like, what is the use of this? And sometimes I kind of look at it as, wow, this is, like, just entertainment. I don't know. It's just different on a different level, and it really has desensitized me, and it's not like I can be amazed or wooed and wowed in a lot of ways anymore.
I'm at the point where I want that for verification. Like, get your tools out so they can tell you that Henry's trying to talk to you, because I'm telling you Henry's trying to talk to you. That's the part that I like about it. So when we can tell you, and then the equipment backs that up, then it's a slam dunk for me. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
But as far as me just going and using equipment, I don't think I could anymore. I would need to, because I would automatically be telling you, okay, there's a lady here in white, and that's something that happened to us this past weekend. We were at the cemetery near the Thomas house, and it was really cool because when we're walking down, I'm like, listen, there's a lady in white in the cemetery. Now, in the South, there's a couple things. You'll see a lady in black and a lady in white. I don't know why it is, but it's predominantly in the South. I guess they're everywhere, but we've noticed in the South. And I was like, she's here. I picked up the name Rebecca. And they're like, well, I don't know. So I'm walking back up. And we had the mayor in the truck. She ain't getting out. She's already been spooked, okay? So the mayor will just roll down the window a little enough to talk to you, okay? Like, she was like, hey, were you by that tree? Now she just rolls down her window under her chin, okay? She's like, were you by that tree? I said, no, I was walking up the road right here. I saw a lady in white step out and then back in, and then she just rolled the window back up. She was done with it. The mayor was done. She was adorable. And I was like, no. She had no idea that I had just seen that lady in white down there. And then Jeff had seen her on the other side. He was like, whoa, it was like her dress was flowing. We seen that all around that place that night, and that was something that was cool. I don't know if there's claims of that there, but I've seen her there. And other people have seen her there just from our little group. So it's kind of cool when you can have that. If there was equipment that also backed that up, then that would have been great. With us, though,
but sometimes the equipment is more distracting.
It is for me.
Cause I know you'll talk to that fucking box all night long. I'll be like, jeez. I gotta go. You'll be like, who said that? Who? Tell me. Where's your wheel? Where's the wheel? And that box will be like, I'm like, oh.
I'm excited because we got an investigation coming up at the Hinsdale and the Wildwood Sanatorium. And our favorite people, Melissa and Chris from Paranormal. Do you know how to say that?
It's a long word, but it's really smart.
Pilgrims, something. It's a PP, man, and it's awesome. Okay. No, they will have to tell you the name. I always mess it up and I always butcher it, so I apologize. But they love doing that. They'll do the gadgets and we'll walk through and say, and then we get to watch it. We did a live. All of us did a live last time and it was amazing. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, let's dive back into that. We got off subject, but that's because we haven't been on here for a while to talk. So let's talk about water, Ashley. Why did you want this subject? This was Ashley's subject, by the way.
I wanted this subject because there's a lot of different aspects of water, and that's one of the oldest things ever, obviously. But it's really that there's spirits, nymphs, and different things like that, and different mythical creatures that are associated with water. And a lot of the times they say that these spirits will talk to you about what happened along the water's edge. So if you ever have able to go and get water from that area to scry or anything like that, then you're able to get what the spirits are saying to you. Early in the beginning, before we got on the spiritual side, I'd wanted to get a fish aquarium and to have the constant flow of that water. It could also be matrixing, but also I wanted to get that water because some people believe that ghosts can get power from water, just like we get energy, or we get electricity from water and things like that. So it's a wide variety. Even mythical creatures, like you got mermaids, you got the Irish horse that'll drag you into the water. It's this beautiful horse that'll drag you down. There's different aspects, and all across the board they always have these weird little spirits. Even the Indians believe that there's meaner spirits that'll play tricks on you and will hold you down under the water and drown you. It's so much stuff behind water. Also, there is one that really struck my interest. Again, it was because it was a tsunami, and it was a big deal, and it came through unexpectedly. Well, they thought it was unexpectedly, but it was Unsolved Mysteries, and it was the tsunami spirits. And when this went through, it shook the nation. It was March 11th, 2011. Now, do
you remember that?
Partially, not a lot.
You do too.
I remember footage, but I get them mixed up because there's been so many. So
I knew there was that big one, and I worked at Bank of America, and there was this chick there that she was real spiritual, but she was religious, and she could always tell you when someone's pregnant and stuff like that. But she had had a dream the night before, and it really messed her up because it was about the tsunami, and she was like, I can't believe I had that dream. I can't believe this. It was really crazy. She was she was really devout in the church, you know what I'm saying? So of course she didn't. Churches and what we do are pretty much the same, and that's the truth. And getting the messages and stuff, they just, it comes through like that. And I don't know how to describe, why. For me, I don't think there's a difference at all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she had got that, and it messed her up. The next day at work, she was talking to me about it. She was having to take time away because she said she saw it, and it was she was part of it. There was also claims of that boy that came out afterwards. You know about that, right? Mm-hmm. That he had told his family, he said, we got to leave now. And so I was like, what are you talking about? Because it was sunny, and it was a resort place for all these people and stuff. And they were there as a family. He said, it was a boy or girl, I can't remember. I think it was a boy, and it was just we got to leave now. And the whole family left. And as soon as they got out of harm's way, the tsunami hit. That was big that came through.
Well, when you watch the one mystery one of it, it's that he saw his daughter in the tree, her body. It is so messed up. It fucked this place up. But the thing of it is, when they were talking about it, it drawed my interest because there's so many people that's passed away that it's just normal for them to see there'll be taxi cab drivers.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah.
They'll just have people get in and ask for fare, and they'll take them there, and then they'll act weird, and they'll usually be wet, but they'll drive them there, and then when they let them out, there's nobody to let them out. And then there was another one that she opened the door for this girl, and she wanted cover or something. It was something weird. She gave it to her, and she disappeared. It was weird. And then
they brought back a lot of them. Did you see that? Yeah. Because she gave something to that one.
Oh, yeah, there was so many that was brought back, yeah. Yeah. It's random crazy stuff. And there's also this, monk. I don't know if he's, claimed shaman. He was But anyways, he was more of, I can't remember exactly. Yeah, he was a shaman. he opens himself up to the spirits when you have a lot of issues, and then the spirits possess him, and then he works out their issues through that. And then I was just like, wait a minute. So it studied the psychology of the place. They don't know if all the survivors have the guilt of it, or it's because they are so. This town is very spiritual because it's very like older, like it believes in the older ways of things. So they're very much more receptive to this. But I thought it was very interesting that there was 2 psychics that came and were asked to come in to read this. One of them said, no, everyone's happy, they're where they need to go, this and that and the other. And these psychics kind of bumped heads because one of them said, no, they're living their death over and over and over. And it messed them up because they were just like, wait a minute, whoa, these psychics are like, totally giving us 2 different things. But
I think it's cool that you mentioned that because I mentioned that this last weekend. We were at the Thomas house. And it was a girl there, and I knew she was stuck in the time she was sick. Because you could tell, like when you get near them, you start getting sick. They are in that time that they're sick. They're not, they don't display themselves as happy or in a lighter area. It's when they were sick. And sometimes they do get stuck in that because they don't know how to, they're trying to navigate just like we are. It ain't all seeing. They have to learn how to navigate on that side too.
Yeah. I don't know if it was, they didn't want to hear the bad version of it. They wanted to know that they're happy and this and the other, but she was saying that they kept living it over and over and they were stuck in that area. They didn't want to believe that. But it kind of, I think it takes time for them to get out of the death or whatever, the feel like you were saying.
I do too.
But one thing, they were very angry about this Unsolved Mysteries. It's kind of like they were saying that, no, they didn't go into this, they didn't go into that. And, one of his rituals, I can't even say it, Kichiusi, and the shaman opens himself to the spirit. They didn't talk about one time he went one of them went crazy. And he's trying to, like, unpossess these people because some people come to him possessed. And one of them was really crazy. Resonance. One of them was that he was rolling around, not the guy, but there was somebody that got possessed by one of these people, and they were rolling around in the dirt barking at people, and it was, like, rough stuff. It was just like, whoa, wait a minute.
I could believe that because, I mean, say you had a big tsunami that came and you couldn't understand up from down, nothing. I mean, literally, it's going to wipe you out. And then you die. And then you wake up. You wake up, you're on the other side, and it happens repeatedly. They're going to be so messed up. They're not going to know why. Nothing, okay? And then you're going to put a person in there that gets close to that energy, takes that on. They're not going to know what to think either. This is probably where demons and stuff like that could come in too, because then they're thinking, okay, this isn't a normal human. Well, it is put in a bad situation. That's what I always think too. A lot of people say demons, but it's just how this person is reacting. We don't know anything about their last days or whatever. It could be just really bad. So that's what I
didn't say that, but that was one that it was a really bad story that was talking about how they got possessed by someone got possessed and they were doing that and he had to save them. And they were saying that he didn't go into very good details with the unsolved mysteries, whatever. They should have went into more on this area and that area. And another thing you were talking about that you could see where they turned to demons, I was looking up randomly. I thought about what do Eskimos think about water spirits, because they were very spiritual. They believe a lot with the water. There's a god or goddess at the bottom of the ocean, whatever, because they always killed orcas and things like that. But they believe that your soul is in your bladder, and that if you did not be thankful or give thanks to the animals that's passed away and give them the proper burial and stuff, that they would come back as demons.
I can believe that. Like, we were talking about that. That's a Native American thing. Eskimos are Native American, really. Or indigenous, or whatever you want to call them. That they believe that when you do a kill, you use every part of... We were taught like that, too. If you don't use all the animal, then it's a sin. It really is, because it gave up its life to nourish you. So I think that's where it's okay to eat meat. Like, we've got people who are vegan, and that's what I think. It's okay as long as you honor what was passed, So that's, like, let's talk about... You mentioned earlier that in the Bible or whatever, right? Didn't you mention that earlier with the water? Because I looked it up really quickly while you were talking. Do you know how many times the Bible is mentioned? I mean, the water is mentioned in the Bible. It's going to blow your socks off. And I'd like to put this on our game, but I just want to tell you because this is crazy.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
You stop.
I mean,
I was like,
no,
I don't know. Like, I'm done with my little story. I believe that water, it is one of the only elements that can take all different forms. And that really has a lot of power behind it. And Native Americans believe that it is very spiritual, the water and
Right.
stuff like that. So there's a lot behind water, not to mention that it carries a lot of minerals that I think can also kick up paranormal activity. And then, like I was saying, that they believe there's spirits in the water that can speak and things
So
like
how
that.
many times do you think it was mentioned in the Bible?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't know it was a number quiz.
Yeah, it is. I said I was going to put it on the quiz, but I didn't.
Oh.
How many? Guess. Just
Oh.
randomly guess the Bible.
God, I don't know. 100 at least.
No, it is mentioned. Now, this is what sticks out
Probably
to me.
every page.
It is mentioned 722 times in the Bible, more often than faith, hope, prayer, worship.
Well, I mean, she washed his feet with water, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, there was one part that the pigs were cast off into the water. They jumped off into the water.
I mean, you got holy water. You don't got holy dirt. I guess there's hollow ground, but...
Yeah, but you got holy water. That you got baptismal water. You've got how you cleanse. Even in the spiritual realm, one of the elements is water that you cleanse with. Moses parted the water. Jesus walked on the water. They also, when it would come through, some of the, I think it was Joseph that had the dreams about the water, and it was that they were going through a drought. It is mentioned so many times. So let's go all the way back to maybe some of the beginning spiritual things with water. Scrying. Now, this got wiped out. A lot of water witches do scrying, or just regular witches. This was normal things for people to do back in the day, was to scry. And then it got ran out because, of course, witches and stuff like that, they believe they were connected a lot more. A lot of people don't know as much about scrying as you would think,
Mm.
And scrying.
Egyptians also did that.
Right. So you have researched a little bit on scrying, Ashley, and I think it's kind of cool. And I think that's something that water divination and things like that, I think that's something that's really neat. You have to get your mind in the right zone, and kind of, it's almost like you cross your eyes to go past it, kind of like the crystal ball too, that kind of thing. But I thought it was kind of neat that water was mentioned more than faith, hope, prayer, and worship.
Well, even like when you do a lot of like meditation exercises where you're kind of putting yourself in that brain zone to get messages, a lot of them will take you on the shore of a beach. And that's one of my favorite places, is like that I feel like I'm renewed, is on the shore of the beach, because you're sitting on a lot of quartz. And then also they also do like beach scrying because of the waves and things like that, nature scrying.
I think they always put like, water is always one of the things, plus electricity. I mean, that's how big dams, things like that, that's how much the power it has. So let's talk about 14 of the most, I guess, haunted bodies of water. So I'm going to tell you a little, Ashley, and you give me your opinions on these. We got Devil's Pool in Australia. It's surrounded by waterfalls that feed into it. It's beautiful, and people say it's cursed. According to the legend, a Aboriginal woman drowned herself in the pool after being separated from her true love. Still searching for him today, she lures young men to their deaths in the green waters. 16 young men have died there for the last 50 years. That's kind of cool. Wonder what they see. So this would be like a water spirit then, right? She's attached to the water, you would think. Another one is Mancock Swamp. Mancock. It's a local legend. Julia Brown, a practicing voodoo priestess, used to sit on her front porch near the macaque
Oh my God.
swamp, singing, "One day I'm gonna die. I'm gonna take all you with me." So the curse turned out to be true. On the day of Brown's funeral, 1915, Category 4 hurricane tore through the area, causing hundreds of drowning deaths. These days, people say that Brown can be heard cackling on the shores of the swamp. Let's see. Loner Yellowstone Falls in Wyoming.
Isn't that the torture tactic? Oh, also, they think that when your house is becoming possessed or anything like that, you'll hear drips of water.
I can believe that.
And then, isn't it a torture tactic? It's like waterboarding where they like
Oh
cover
my
your face
God.
and then do a drip on your forehead.
Yes, no, I can't stand that. It makes you feel like your body reacts like you're drowning.
Yeah.
Like you're drowning. I can't. Don't nobody waterboard. I think I died on water. Like, I am freaked out about, like, and they say, like, have you ever took those tests? I don't know if you've ever seen them on TikTok or something, where it's like how you could tell that you were a witch or how you died before. One of them is the drowning, because we were dunked. And that freaks me out, man. Like, some of the stuff with water. I am petrified of water. I think it's beautiful and stuff, but deep water scares the shit out of me. And it's just about, it's about me going under and can't, there's something about it.
I always think about when we were to these self-made, like, lakes, like, human-made lakes. I'm like, how many people are dead under here and nobody even knew? Because you think about it, way out in the woods back in the day, how are you going to go to every single house out in the woods and be like, listen, we're going to flood this motherfucker, you need to get out. And then I always wanted to go scuba diving at, like, Smith Mountain Lake to see all the old, like, places and stuff like that.
We're going to talk about that too, because a lot of people now, or some people, have tried to get EVPs underwater and stuff. All right, so the Lower Yellowstone Falls in Wyoming. In 1870, a group of Native Americans stole a pack of horses from the group of 5 military men and their guide during the night near the area that's known as the Lower Yellowstone Falls in Wyoming. When they woke up, they discovered that the Native Americans had taken their horses, so they chased them and caught up to the Native Americans as they were attempting to cross the treacherous falls. During the fight, the Native Americans mistaken shift. Well, they made a raft, and they say that it actually was swept down and they drowned. Today, some who stand on the platform of the falls swear they hear the death chants of the brave Native American warriors, and the river water is said to occasionally turn red. So that is in Yellowstone. Turk Lagoon, which, by the way, Micronesia, I have seen this one a couple different times when I was scrolling through. It's shipwrecks that make your spine tingle. They look no further than Turk Lagoon in Micronesia. That's where the wreckage of 40 Japanese ships and 25 American aircrafts went down and lay in the waters. Apparently this is when, hold on one second, it was during World War II battle, and they said that it went down in Operation Hailstone. So they're still underneath there. And you can see them, they're just laid out. So I couldn't imagine when you look underneath there. Saco River in Maine. It's a great place to vacation, go tubing, but not want to find out after these rumors. Allegedly, in 1675, a group of drunken English sailors crossed the path of the chief of the Saco's tribe and his family.
Those psychos.
I know. The sailors threw the baby in the river, and he couldn't swim. So I'm assuming
that son bitch wouldn't stop crying.
No, it was the Native American's baby. They threw in the water, and he couldn't swim, so he died a few days later. This enraged the chief, causing him to put a curse on the river, and the 3 white people would drown in it. He said that 3 white people drowned in it each year. Whether or not the body count has held up, the murder of the child actually happened and likely led to the further bloodshed in the years following. So I think that's kind of crazy, but I could see that because up at Mothman, they believe that also was a curse that could have been by one of the chiefs up there, and that's why the Mothman is there.
There's a beach in Salem, Massachusetts, and it was in 1860. It's called, I'm excited because I saved this because I wanted to go there. It's really fucked up. It's called Dead Horse Beach. Horses killed during fires and old age were brought here and dumped to rot until the late 1800s. It's now a public beach.
Good Lord. I don't know why you would want to dump your horses there.
Just on a beach. Just dump them. Why don't you just bury them? I mean, I guess they didn't have, like, backhoes and stuff like that back then, but, you know.
I guess not.
I mean, obviously, it's like the 1800s, but you just, hey, guys, got a dead horse. Let's go put it on this beach.
That's kind of...
Like, everybody just got together in Salem, Massachusetts. It's kind of different. It's all different.
It is. The last one I want to talk about, I'll fast forward through the rest of these, is the Loch Ness in Scotland. Of course, everybody believes that the Loch Ness holds the Loch Ness Monster. So we can skip ahead and talk about, because there's a lot of these beaches and stuff. It's actually a lot more than you would think in the Bermuda Triangle. But let's talk about investigating underwater. We know people who do this and get EVPs underwater. So
The most investigating I've seen underwater was when I was younger. We were at this pool, and there was this little ginger. God bless her, she put on some eyeglasses, goggles, and went under the water to look at this other boy's crotch.
It's a good plan. We watched her because we were in the pool.
We were the other ones in the pool.
And she was like, hold on, he's
guys.
in. And she would dunk so she
Yeah.
could watch him walk in his package.
She was like 5.
No.
She wasn't a teenager.
She was a teenager. She had started to be a teenager. She was just so awkward. She was a preteen, like maybe 11 or 12.
That's still weird.
That's not weird. Some of us hit our stride early. I'm just saying. Just go
I
throw
have
that out
never
there.
thought, let me put these goggles on to look at this poor boy's crotch, and then tell everyone around.
It was only us, and now we've done told the world. But anyway, let's talk about this one cool thing that I wanted to talk about. Like, we could talk about investigating. So what I realized when I was looking up investigating underwater, we know some people who've done it that are around us. The matrixing of the water is ridiculous. But I watched this video this guy did, and he did a closed, it was like a box. It was like a closed recording or a secured recording. It was a waterproof box. He put his recorder in it, and then he submerged it. And it was pretty cool. Like, he just took it out and played it, and then he went through and like labeled what he thought it said. And it literally, it was pretty neat. It was almost like it gave them energy. And I thought in that little bit of time he was able to pull these EVPs, and I thought, this is just a regular pool this guy's in. It's not in somewhere that somebody's passed away or something. And I thought that was really neat. I don't know. I'd like to see that technique done, but I'd like to see, because the scientist part of me, even though we are psychics and mediums and this and that and other, I still want to do that scientific side of it. That's why we buy the books. That's why we're going to try these new, endeavors and stuff. So I'm wondering if anybody out there is trying to do underwater stuff, me and Ashley would love to join along to just watch. You know what I'm saying? Or to
That's why I
interact.
was like, maybe the aquarium, because it's a constant flow of that water that'll kick it up and things like that. Like I said, they believe that regardless if they are not in the water, like the person that's passed away, if it was near water and things like that, the spirits
Right.
of the water can tell you about it.
I
So
believe
was
that.
like,
Because think of it, let's just say that we all are, like, another thing, so let's talk about some of the things that they use. The hydrophone in World War I, this was actually, was invented, the hydrophones, and it was actually by the British, American, and French scientists used to locate submarines and icebergs. Now, this is just like they record things. The hydrophones, from what I understand, can record things underneath the water, different sounds, things like that.
Well, I've done some odd, like, little research about it that before it was just odd shit, like information that they were using them because sonar wasn't working, and one of the ships got bombed because someone made a noise on the thing, and they were like, oh, that's where they are, because the sonar failed, and this person had, like, the cloaking or something. But anyways, that was something that they heard through that. Also, they have unexplained sounds that they can't explain. They're like, well, I think it's male or whales mating. I think
That could be them too. Maybe sirens and these mythological creatures, if they're there. I don't think they give two shits about us, other than that we're just a nuisance, kind of like an anthill would be. That's what I think, but that's just my opinion. So let's talk about...
I think even now, like back in the day, maybe if there is a such thing, I think that we were able to be out in the water so much back then because that was a big new thing. Now, we don't really give two shits about being in the water.
Actually, I think there's more in the water, just from my opinion, like where they dump their barrels of, we just happened to find that. I'm pretty sure other people knew about that. Mm-hmm. And those toxins have been released. And what that's done is either killed animals or either mutated those animals. So now we have these, I think, just like, okay, so those sharks that used to attack people on the shores of New Jersey, they were known as the man eaters and things like that. And they were really scared, and they would bank themselves to get people and go back out. They've adapted.
That's the same thing they do to seas, or to, not seas. They do
Seals.
sea lions and seals and stuff like that. If you watch it, it's really brutal. Like, they'll throw them in the air and rip them apart. Like, it's pretty fucked up.
Well, we had never encountered that as a species for the sharks to be banking themselves
And
to
they
do
would
this.
go up canals. I think that
Yes.
was the other fear. They were like, wait a minute, they're not staying in salt water. Some
Right.
of them are morphing into doing this now.
And I think that that's something that they morphed into. Well, you give these toxins to things underwater that we don't even know about. Well, they can morph into other things. And I think that man has actually done some of that. But also, I believe there's UFOs underwater. I've said this. That's something that one guy ran from the government, and he was very open with. He was like, Obama knows, because it was during the Obama time. Obama knows about the UFOs, and they actually are underwater. And that was something that Hitler had thought about at our polar caps, things under the icebergs and stuff. I believe that. I believe that that is the biggest thing on the earth is water. There's numerous things that can hide under there. We don't know half of what is underneath there. It is the biggest cloaking that we could find.
One thing that they used to believe was them horseshoe crabs, because they had no fucking idea where they went at a certain time, and then they would just show up on the beaches. So they at one time thought that they were like aliens.
Horseshoe crabs? I can believe it. All right, so I will tell you about this. There was a research that was done in 2017. Now, I got this off Haunt John's website, which I thought was really cool because I was trying to just get some information on water that maybe people would really like, In 2017, a research study on water was made at the Institution of Statistics and Dynamics of Aerospace Structures Institute in Stuttgart, Germany. What they did was they took 4 students and gave them an eyedropper each. Gave them a glass of water. They said, okay, get us an eyedropper out of the water. Now I need you to come over here and put it on this, just like, what do they call them little things?
Petri dish?
Yeah, whatever. They said, I want you to put your water in here. Now what they found was cool as shit. Each one of the specimens that was dropped out of the same container of water had 3-4 different looks. Meaning that the energy of you had combined with that water to make it look different. And what it looked like was the coolest shit ever.
And then not to mention moon water or anything that we do. Sun water, moon water of different dates and things like that.
Right. Rainwater, like storm water, stuff like that. Some of the things that we do are around water. Like I have done spells underneath a bad storm to harness maybe some of that energy into that jar or that spell I've worked. Thought it was really cool. If you look at these, because they've got actually they call it water and its memory. They believe that water can take on your energy and hold that memory of it, which is something really, really cool.
Well, we are so much percent of water anyways.
Right. I just thought it was kind of neat, that it showed how 4 different people out of the same glass got the different results and stuff. And then it makes you wonder, how is water bonding with other things and things like that, and the energy of it, and does that make the water? We do know the more polluted it is, the more it conducts energy, which then you can get EMFs. Like we have seen where there's more EMFs in one place, and is it because it's got that water that's flowing right beside it? What is it? I don't know. We went really serious on this shit, man, didn't we? Wow.
It's raining and everything.
I know.
Like scientific discoveries, man.
It's really ominous, man. It's really ominous in here. So I think that's about it. That's all I had on water. What did you have?
That's what yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got some questions for you.
Okay.
We're going to play a little game, Ashley. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I was going to try to get some giggles or some outros or...
You're the funniest motherfucker. You're the funniest motherfucker.
That is hilarious. That is
She
like...
about fucked it up, guys.
I did. I about fucked that up.
Yeah.
I actually had to turn the thing back on. I was dying laughing. That sounds like family vacation or something. He's like, oh man, that was a phone call of our friend that actually was just dying laughing at something we said.
There's a sensory deprivation too. I was just thinking about that. You
Ooh,
go into
yeah.
that, and it is equal of saline and things like that. That you kind of just lay and you're light as water. Is it like the kind of like, is it salt? No, it's not
Yeah,
salt.
it's got salt in
saline.
it so much.
So that you float.
Yeah.
That's something that's really interesting. Then I wonder if back in the 80s with those water beds, they were like getting more mystical shit, man.
I don't know.
You're like sleeping and laying on that water forever. Oh.
I don't think so. I think it's just like a cool thing to have. I have.
Yeah,
one.
but think about all the, stuff that little bed had to go through, man. That's a lot of energy in there. You could have been selling that water.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
That would have killed somebody.
Not to drink.
Oh, shoot.
Spiritual stuff. Be like, I've been having sex on this bed for a fucking year. It's had my tears. It's made it have my happiness. I almost died in a waterbed, guys.
What in the hell? When did this happen?
I don't know. I was watching cartoons. Somebody happened to come in and sit on my fucking head.
You know what? Let's not you know what? Things happen for me.
And I struggled and tried to fight with my legs until someone said, oh, maybe I'm sitting on their head. And finally got off. I almost died.
I gotta tell you something. That's probably what
Death
started
by the
this
water
trap.
bed.
This trap injury. That's probably what started the
Probably.
trap injury.
I
right
almost
there.
died. I couldn't breathe.
Oh God! Oh Lord!
How do you, for like 5 minutes, not know that you sat on my fucking head?
You know, your face and your feet look a lot alike.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
gosh.
saying.
I
All
had
right.
to kick
So,
my limbs to get her off.
oh God. All right. So let's talk about this. Actually, what the water is what this is
I
called.
almost
What
died
the
another
water?
time. I almost died
Let's
another
not
time.
talk about this.
Somebody
Let's
said,
talk about
hey,
this. Let's talk about
why don't you try to see how deep it is? It's been flooding at this pink
You know
bridge.
what?
I'll hold you down in
It's
the
a
water.
bridge near our house. I didn't hold you down. I dropped you.
You pushed
I dropped
me down.
you.
You pushed
I dropped
me down
you.
to
I
see how
dropped
far
you
it
in the
was.
water.
I said,
was
yeah,
holding-
sure. We'll just do it for a second. Oh my God, I want to see how deep it is too. And I kept on seeing this weird stick floating around us. And she pushed me down under the water, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do a dead man float. There's a fucking snake in there with me, a copperhead, and she had enough time to get out, run to the top of it, and said, there's a snake, run.
When she come back up, I said, run.
That motherfucker was right behind my head like fucking caw.
God, that is so
It was like
scary.
caw off
I'm scared for you just hearing about this story. It was
Yeah.
scary. It was scary.
I just had to splash around and run.
I just remember when you went down, seeing that thing slither on the top, and I was gone.
It was like caw behind my head. And then, like, when I ran up the thing, it casually got out of the water and went in the woods.
Yeah, it was.
It was
that's
done
scary.
too. I about died
Well-
twice with water. I should be more scared than you.
You should be scared of snakes too. Let's not mess with them no more. Snakes and throughout my life has been there in weird ways. It's weird. All right, so what
They're
the water?
fertility, and they're not really bad. And like Irish stuff, they're like
I
sex.
almost lost my leg, man. I almost lost my leg. That's why I got my
lived through
tater
some
foot
stuff.
foot. The tater came from the snake.
Mm.
See how this goes?
It's a
Which
gift.
came from the goats.
Maybe
so
it was
really-
stability.
No, it's not stability. I got to drag it around. It ain't stability.
It's like a kickstand. Maybe they were like, you know what? She needs a little bit
All right,
more stability
all right.
in her life.
Let's bring this in because we got a what the water, okay? This is a true or false, okay? We're going to play this game. Play along, guys. Have a drink. Whatever you need to do to play along with this game. All right, so I'm going to throw out some stuff. You tell me it's true or it's false. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
4000 BC, okay? Hindu and ancient Sanskrit writings, and I picked this for a reason because I
God damn
believe
it, you're reading it. I know it's true.
What? I'm not done reading yet.
Oh my God, Jesus. I'm
Okay.
going to go with it's true. You don't even got to finish it. I mean, tell me the fact. but
I'm
it's
going to read it. Okay. Okay. 14 BC, Hindu and ancient Sanskrit, which I thought you would appreciate that. I know
Yeah.
how much you've researched that and
yeah.
understand it.
Yeah.
Writings recommend the use of water treatment systems through charcoal, exposure to sunlight, and moonlight.
Wait a minute, what are they doing with water?
See, you should have listened.
Wait a minute, they're doing all that with exposure to...
Is it true or false? Was the Hindu and ancient Sanskrit writings recommending the use of water treatment systems throughout charcoal, exposing to sunlight, and moonlight?
So they just throwing water
I
on
said true or
charcoal?
false?
It's true, you read it.
No, it's false. Actually, boiling. I said moonlight.
That's why I'm asking. It didn't make sense. God, Jesus.
You got it
I
wrong.
want everybody to know I hate games because they're
Okay.
terrible.
So the truth is, Hindu and ancient Sanskrit writings, and it was 4000 BC, recommended the use of water treatment systems through charcoal, exposing to sunlight, and boiling the water. I said,
So you
moonlight.
just need to expose the water to sunlight?
Actually, that is a photo. Like that is one of them that cleans it. Yes, because it just cleans out the. There's certain lights that will clean the water. Yes.
Oh, so we just talk about clean water. I thought it was like a spiritual experience.
No, we're just talking about water. This is water stuff.
Oh, they're trying to get the germs off. Okay.
Yeah. So, 17,000 BC, plumbers constructed an elaborate. And I want you to think about this too. How long ago that was? This is like 4,000. We're in like 20 something. I don't know where we're at. But listen, that was right after. That's right after.
I want you to think about it. I can't even fathom it, but it's been a while, okay?
This is before Christ. So what we're saying is before Christ. So that was 4,000 plus ours on this side. So that was like 6,000 years ago. I don't even think that math
That's
is right,
probably
but we're
not
just
right
going to
now.
write. They were already saying, look, we got to clean this fucking water with charcoal and boiling it and stuff. I want you to think about that. Like how long ago that
Well,
was.
I mean, when you think about it, in the Bible times, they were like, "God damn, somebody fucked our water up. Why is it bloody?" So I think they knew about
I don't
it
think they.
early
I
time.
don't think they did that back then. Actually, I don't think that's how that went. That was a plague that they
I
thought
know,
was down
but
on.
they noticed something was wrong with that goddamn water.
If it's supposed to be clear and it's red, I can see where there would be a difference,
They
man.
don't know. You don't know.
Shoo! All right, so this is 1,000. Well, 1700 BC.
I can't count anyways. It's not important.
Plumbers.
You're like, let me get this for you.
1700 BC, plumbers constructed an elaborate system of sewage disposal and drainage of its kind and created the first flush toilet in the city of Crete. Do you believe this is true or false?
I guess it's true, but back in the day, they just shit in a pot and threw it
No,
out.
they had flushing toilets. 17 BC. I want you to let this sink in.
I know for a fact, back in the medieval times, they would shit in a pot and throw it out.
They would,
They would
but
have
this
people
is
to
in
grab it and to go poop.
this is in the city of Crete. I don't know where that is, but they're smart there.
Oh my god,
Okay.
this whole show we were trying to be smart. It was so serious. And now our legitimate.
Yes. You
it's
gotta
just
listen
gone.
to the good parts at the end.
Legitimacy-
I love
legitimacy
games because it breaks it down and it makes us. If you,
Makes us real smart. So
yeah, like if you give me questions, I will give you the answer. But how my mind worked on getting that answer is not the right way to do it.
That's terrible.
I'll be like, they'll be like,
Oh, no.
it'll be like 12 minus 5. I'll be like, well, we had goats when I was 12, and I took that snake in the foot, which made my tater
The
swell up.
answer is
7. I would be like, yeah. And nobody should follow that, but I'll give you the right fucking answer. That's the way it goes. All right, ready? 1954. Gloria.
I can see why people think you're like, and they really make comments that you're divinely led because they were like, this bitch is lost. I don't know how she got that answer.
I'm serious. It happens though. Remember when we passed those tests? I passed every test to become a pharmacy tech.
No, I legit, if I'm around a smart person, they don't have to talk, but I could get the answers.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, this is right. And I can't explain to you how I know this. And
Yeah.
then when they walk away, I'm like, what? I don't even know how it happened. It's that bad.
I broke out math that wasn't even math. I'd be like, you remember when we would do those questions with mom?
Yeah.
And they would be percentages, and I would be like, this is the answer, and y'all be how? And I'd be like, well, you take half of that, and then a quarter of that, and we're going to add back 50% of that. And then it made no sense. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
And y'all were just like, how'd you get that? I was like,
I had
that's
to
the
get you to
answer.
leave me alone. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I do not know, but the many voices in my head that was guiding me.
said it was good for me to give people medicines.
I passed first try, pharmacy tech, and the national. First try, dude. I'm
I
serious.
passed national. I didn't pass that. I apparently didn't sit next to a smart person. I was still over there trying to count your goats and snakes.
Listen, you guys sit next to me. Don't listen to
Oh,
how I
no,
get there.
no,
Just get the answer. Just
no.
point the answer. That's the way it is in school too. Knock on wood. I'm going to tell y'all a secret, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of this.
She is. She wouldn't be telling
I
you if
am
she
not,
wasn't.
but I'm telling you, there is something about this. that I'm able to do it. It's knock on wood so far. I'm just saying knock on wood because I don't want to take it away, okay? I am in 2 business classes. I have not bought the book for either. And I have, I'm serious, I have an A in one class. And the other one, I'm barely hanging on with the C. But that's all right. I'm still there. These are business college courses. I don't know. I don't know.
It's that COVID policy. They're like, we're just going to pass there.
I think so.
No.
Because it's weird. Like my deductive reasoning. And I have no idea how I know some of this weird shit. That makes no sense. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, Einstein, hit me with the next
All right.
fact.
You ready?
I am.
Okay. 1954. The cholera breaks out. Oh, God, that's cholera. I am
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure this word out all evening.
I kind of picked up it wasn't right.
When they put the... Who knew...
What were you saying about
Who,
school?
who knew cholera had a H in it?
Oh,
You
my
know,
God.
but anyway, cholera. Cholera.
What is it? Let me see.
I can't. It will give you the answer.
Well, you're not helping.
Listen, we got to finish this game, man, okay?
God.
Cholera breaks out in a whale in England and hundreds of people die. 1954. True or
I
false?
swear I don't think that's the right word.
Cholera. Cholera.
I don't think it is. Hold on.
Me neither, but it sounds good.
No.
Hold on. Let me go with Google. Let me Google it. How do you pronounce?
I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but I don't. It's because you pronounced it like that. I can't say the right way, but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Dear Lord Jesus, give us a moment
Hold
while
on.
she researches this. I know it ain't
Hold
right.
on, guys.
Get that lady to say it.
I'm gonna try. It's not talking. Pronounce it. What the fuck have I done here, man?
Oh my God.
Okay, hold on.
I can't say this
Okay.
is you reading it if you ain't reading it right.
Something's happening. They ain't making no noise. I gotta
Because you
go.
gotta push that speaker.
Okay.
You gotta push the speaker. Oh.
Thank you. It is cholera.
Cholera.
Cholera. We'll do it again.
Cholera.
Cholera.
Okay.
I told you. Took me all evening to figure it out, but I did. Anyway, go on with it.
All right. Now
True or false?
What was the?
God damn. 1954. Cholera breaks out in a well in England and hundreds of people die.
Yeah, because you're reading it. Yes. True.
False. 1854.
Oh my God.
It wasn't this century, dude. It wasn't like that. Would have been a little bit before.
I don't
Like
even
that
know
would
what
have been 30.
cholera is.
Cholera is a sickness that a lot of people. They died. I told you, and thousands died. Cholera. It's like, hold on. It's bad. They would drink. It was in the well. I didn't know it came from a well in England, though.
I don't even know what that is. I thought it was like.
We're gonna
I might
find
have to research that after the show.
what causes cholera. Another name. Let's see. Translation. How to.
I'm just gonna tell everybody I'm gonna get cholera. I can't go.
No, cholera is something though. What is cholera? Here we go. Oh God, it's bacteria. Ugh. Bacterial disease causing severe diarrhea and dehydration, usually spread in water.
Oh my God, is it like that one?
Drinking contamination
where
water
you
can
shit
be
a
caused.
lot? What's that one disease where you shit a lot and you die?
Cholera.
No.
Oh.
It's that other one that was at the nursing home in our family.
Oh, C. diff.
C. diff. Is that?
No, C. diff is because you take stuff to, antibiotics, and it lowers some of your good defenses, and then you're able to get this C. diff, and it is, yeah. No, but the symptoms of cholera is pain in the abdomen, nausea, severe diarrhea, vomiting, and watery diarrhea. The whole body dehydration,
So you shit yourself to death.
water electrolytes imbalance. Yeah, pretty much. Early stages of vomiting, things like that. I one time was swimming at the pool with the baby in a dirty diaper. No, I got scared of this.
I know. You
I
freaked
got
out.
fucking
you still
scared.
freak out about it.
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't. If a baby's in the pool, I ain't getting in. Don't bring your babies with shitty diapers. Because what happened was.
It's like right in your face. Wasn't
Oh God, it was somewhere. I don't remember, but I knew exactly why I was sick.
I remember it was the most disgusting thing ever. It was like they were splashing around, and it was a diaper, full diaper, and it was up in Pulaski. I remember that because I'm weird about water. I don't like getting in a lot of pools, but that one, yeah, I remember that was pretty gross. I think everybody got pink eye and sick, and
I don't know, it was weird, but every time I ate something, I got diarrhea, or I just had diarrhea the whole time. It lasted 2 weeks, and I looked it up, and it can be caused by
sepsis. Is it sepsis?
No, that's when you got an infection in your body.
Oh.
But it was saying that it would last so long, and so I was scared. Like, I could keep nothing down, and then one of the causes was if there was feces in the water or a baby that had a diaper and stuff, and I was like, that son of a bitch. That's baby. God mercy. That's what happened to the Indians on that damn lake. Like, a baby was probably just had a dirty diaper all in that thing, and that man just chucked it, and the white man's got to die every year because of it.
Yeah.
Dirty diaper baby. That's what starts it all, guys.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so what is our score now? I mean, are you even winning?
I think I'm losing, yeah. Because
I
I
think
just
you're
think you're
losing,
reading
too.
them. You're getting trickier in your age.
Oh my God. So
You
you
switched
lost
your
the
number.
first one.
You switched
The
up
second
the
one you
number.
got right?
I don't know.
No, you got that one wrong. You thought
I
they
got them all
couldn't.
wrong. I told you I thought you were reading
Lord.
them.
Okay, ready?
Okay, I'm gonna, even though you're reading them, I'm gonna say they're a true or
Really
false.
think
Yes,
about
I'm
it,
gonna
because
think
this is
about
your last one.
it. Okay,
Okay, and I'll even let you win the whole fucking game if you get this.
I probably won't, but go
Okay,
on.
probably not, but here we go. 1993, 100 people die and 25% fall ill in Milwaukee, Wisconsin due to contamination of Lake Michigan.
Yes.
That is true.
Okay. I don't know why. I just think Milwaukee's sketchy.
Why? Because they have beer there. There's a
They're
beer,
trying to
old
fucking
Milwaukee.
feed them dogs beer.
I'm telling you what, them dogs get beer. It's
Is
going to
it
be a
old
good
Milwaukee
day.
that did the beer for the dogs?
No, that was Bush.
Oh.
But anyway,
Man.
you
Bush
won.
is trashy anyways.
Yeah, man, you were trying to get your dog drunk. God, how classy is that?
Bush is trashy. That's the
No,
beer I
man.
always buy to pretend like I'm white trash. Or,
Oh,
you know.
God, there's no pretending.
I mean, they have that really nice flamingo drink. I don't know what it is. It's pretty nice. I mean, that beer ain't bad.
All right, so that's Natty Light, man. That's totally
Oh.
different. All right, Ashley, so we have just a few minutes left. We actually went overtime, guys. We went over about 15 minutes. What do we have coming up that we would like to tell people about?
Oh shit! We got a lot of stuff coming up. This weekend we are going. Well, it's exclusive, so you can't even see us there. But you can look at our photos that we're going to be in St. Albans, or we're going to.
And that would be the Connor Sisters on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can follow us also, Misty Connor, Ashley Connor. You can, if you're friends with us or whatever, request a friend request. The Connor Sisters will be at where?
This weekend?
Mm-hmm.
It will be St. Albans. It's more exclusive though, so you can't really come and see
I
us.
hate that you say exclusive. What?
Because it is, because we couldn't have it because of COVID. And
Yeah,
some
there was
other
a
things
con.
that
It was
happened,
called
yeah.
Enigma Con.
It was, yeah.
They kind of closed it down, but they still got the building. So they're like, you know what? Speakers, come on out. And we'll have a dinner, and you can investigate for the 2 days. So we are investigating and having dinner on Friday. And then on Saturday,
we're going
hiking.
hiking.
We're
Yep.
getting in the woods with our girl, Tracy. That always grounds us and puts us back right.
Especially that last one when you saw there was a rainbow behind us, and it was.
I
so
thought I was
magical.
going to die.
Yeah,
I
it
had-
was a life-changing experience. There
I
was a
thought-
lot of deer though.
You know, I've been told by somebody.
Leaves. It was leaves. I
Late.
didn't see deer.
Yeah, no, but I heard somebody say that the deers just come out of the woods to see you
Like some
Extend-
like Snow White or something.
to the next level. I tell you
Hell,
what.
I live in the woods myself, man. We live on a
Yeah.
farm. There's animals everywhere. Hell, I didn't
Hell
realize
yeah.
how spiritual I was.
You know what? You're enlightened, I tell you, just by hearing this. But anyway, guys, that's this weekend. Next weekend, we are going to Hinsdale in New York and to the Hinsdale House, and I think that the Wildwood Sanatorium. So that's a couple things that we have coming up. And then you can catch us in Kentucky at the Energy Expo at the 1st of May. We are super excited. We're blessed to be doing these things, especially when Corona is still around, the virus is still around. But people are trying to get back to somewhat normal. So if you have an event you'd like the Connor Sisters to be at, please reach out, let us know. And we thank you for listening, guys. Bye.